Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, lovers and seekers, those who are lost, and those who are found. Tonight, I will be reading from the compilation titled Outlaw Creative, The Geometry of Life. We will be hearing from the chapter titled Angelus Apatrida, Stateless Angels and the Velocity of Exile. That being said, let's get started, shall we? Angelus Apatrida, Stateless Angels and the Velocity of Exile. There are band names that decorate, and there are band names that declare. Angelus Apatrida declares. It does not whisper. It does not posture. It doesn't even try to sound clever. It sounds ancient and displaced at the same time, like something carved into stone by someone who no longer belongs to the land beneath his feet. Angelus, angel. Messenger. Herald. Apatrida, without a homeland. Stateless. Put together, a messenger with no country. That is not branding. That is a thesis. 1. The angel without a flag. Metal at its best is moral velocity. It is not just aggression. It is accusation. Thrash metal in particular, the lineage of speed, precision, galloping right-hand discipline, is the sound of urgency. It is the refusal to let decay settle quietly. It is a genre built on tightening the screws. A band that names itself Stateless Angel is announcing something before the first riff drops. We speak. We do not belong. We are not owned. The absence of a homeland is not merely geographic. It is existential. To be Apatrida is to stand outside inherited banners, nation, tribe, faction, ideology. That stance creates a strange moral altitude. Not superior, just unmoored. A messenger who does not kneel to a flag is free to indict all of them. That is dangerous. And that is thrash. 2. Spain and the thrash tradition. Spain is not the first country people think of when they map thrash metal history. The canonical lines tend to run through the Bay Area, Germany's Ruhr region, parts of Brazil. But thrash is not owned by geography. It migrates wherever speed meets discipline. Angelus Apatrida emerged from Albacete, not a capital, not a global center. There is something fitting about that. Stateless angel, provincial origin, global sound. Their music carries the classic architecture, tight, palm-muted riffing, a precision double-time drums, vocals that ride the line between shout and snarl, solos that are not ornamental but structural, arguments, not decorations. There is a workmanlike quality to it, not sloppy rebellion, not aesthetic chaos. This is calibrated aggression. I especially would respect that, because I don't love metal for noise. I love it for geometry. 3. Exile as identity. Let's return to the name. Patria, fatherland. The land of the fathers. The inheritance of blood and boundary. To be Apatrida is to stand without that inheritance. There is something almost theological in that posture. An angel without a fatherland. A voice without a camp. A herald with no banner. It evokes exile, but not victimhood. Exile can sharpen. When you do not belong to a nation, you belong to a principle. When you do not belong to a tribe, you belong to an ethic. When you do not belong to inherited structures, you must build your own interior architecture. Thrash metal thrives in that space. It thrives where institutions rot and someone says, no, that no is not childish. It is surgical. 4. Precision as moral statement. There is something else in their sound that matters. Discipline. Thrash done correctly is not loose. It is metronomic fury. It demands stamina. It demands clarity of attack. It punishes laziness. That matters symbolically. Speed without discipline is noise. Anger without discipline is chaos. Freedom without discipline is collapse. A stateless angel who cannot control his wings crashes. The band's execution suggests something else entirely. Exile does not mean disorder. It means self-governance. That is a deeper kind of sovereignty. 5. Why it hits me. Let's not pretend this is just about etymology. I saw the name. I heard the root. I felt the exile. And I responded with, mad rifage. That's not accidental. I resonate with a father language, a disciplined structures, moral architecture, the tension between belonging and standing apart. I build things under banners like Zero Friction Machine Company. I write about lineage, vows, discipline, exile, fatherhood, and interior governance. Of course, a band called Angel Without a Homeland catches me. It mirrors something, not abandonment, autonomy. 6. The angel as accuser. Angels in older traditions are not sentimental. They are not chubby cherubs. They are terrifying beings of announcement and disruption. They do not comfort first. They reveal first. Combine that with statelessness, and you get a voice that cannot be co-opted. A voice that cannot be bribed with citizenship. A voice that cannot be silenced with belonging. That is metal mythology at its cleanest. No theatrics required. 7. The larger meaning. Strip away genre. Strip away distortion. What remains? A declaration. We speak from outside. We speak without a flag. We speak without inheritance. We speak because something must be said. That stance is older than metal, older than Spain, older than amplification. It is the stance of exiled prophets, of wandering heralds, of men who build their own interior law when external law fails. Stateless angel. It is not about geography. It is about allegiance. And here is the quiet irony. A band named for statelessness now carries a global audience. They belong everywhere by belonging nowhere. That's a paradox worth respecting. You don't have to kneel to a banner to carry fire. Sometimes the messenger is most dangerous when he answers to nothing but the message. Mad rifage. And not a flag in sight.